So if you didn't already know, Turo is the new Airbnb for cars. And right now I'm getting one of my vehicles ready to go out on a 4-day trip. First things first, you got to make sure that the car is clean. Take pre-trip photos. Log the miles and gas. Now, if you're not meeting the guests in person, you can get a lockbox and just put the lockbox right here and give the guests a code for them to open up the lockbox when they get there. But on today's delivery, I'll be handing the vehicle off in person. This process literally only takes 10 minutes flat. You can turn your vehicle sitting in your driveway to a cash flowing asset. What's up, family? What's going on? Right now, we're getting the Tesla ready for its airport delivery that will be going out very shortly. I literally just came back 2 hours ago, but I honestly wanted to vlog and show you guys the process of the last guest who did bring it back late. He brought it back an hour late, which almost interrupted and affected this booking. But let's say if he fully brought it late to where I was unable to give out this car, then he would be in charge of paying some kind of partial earnings, if not the full price of the next guest who I'll be delivering it to. But yeah, I was kind of in a rush, so I was meant to vlog that, but just came back and now it's going right back out. So stay tuned. This guest just landed, so it's probably best I get going. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Also quick updates. Y'all remember, hold on, aren't my lights supposed to show?
Is it dark enough? It's showing. It's just not dark.
It's showing. It's just not dark enough. You can see it?
Yeah, it's right here. Like when you move your car, you can see it.
Oh, okay. The Tesla lights. They probably can't see it. Y'all probably can't see it. I wanted to show y'all. You can probably see a little bit right there. Y'all see that? Just a little bit right there. The T, you can see a little bit right there. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys the new updates. Y'all remember last vlog? I showed you guys me actually installing the Tesla lights, but what I didn't tell you guys is where I got it from, just because it wasn't sponsored. But now it's safe to say they offered to actually help enhance the Tesla. So we got some more updates coming on the Tesla, so stay tuned. It'll probably drop maybe later on in this vlog or the next vlog. But anyway, stay tuned. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Skip. All right, y'all, so Tesla's all ready to go. Airport delivery soon. And I just wanted to show you guys how it looks after I did it all myself. You know what I'm saying? This is all home cleaning. Nothing was taken anywhere. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that you guys can also do it from the crib. You don't have to always go to the car wash. This is what the back seats look like. The only reason the back seats looks this good is because we would actually be adding a seat cover. So this seat cover has actually saved the vehicle. Feel free, if you're starting on the platform, to put a nice seat cover on there. But before giving out the car, make sure you take pre-trip photos with the seat cover off. Never forget that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what the Tesla looks like, man. It's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We tuned this up all by ourselves, man. Hands a little bit ashy, but safe to say that I just saved me a few dollars. So yeah, man, you can do all this by yourself, man. You don't need too much to get started on the Turo. All you need is yourself, your knowledge, and your vehicle to get started. And a little bit of certified Badmus videos to help enhance your bookings. Let's get some. Happy birthday, bloody.
Thank you, my guy.
Yes, sir. We got Kaylee in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Friends and family for coming out today.
Yeah. Toast, cheers, happy birthday.
My man, thank you.
Ragu, you know what I mean? Spicy ragu.
Little
Shrimp scampi.
hello.
Pesto chicken.
Yes, sir.
Sir. I feel like one of the upsides in 2025 is being able to have multiple side hustles. One of them include renting out cars. But the problem is I feel like a lot of people get burnt out too quickly. Maybe because they're not necessarily seeing profit. So that's the purpose of this video. Whether you're grinding your 9 to 5, there's so many different ways in which you could scale up your car rental business to where you feel comfortable. If you're new to my channel, I go by the name Certified Badmus, where smart strategies turn into real cash flow. So let's level up your income. Okay, so when it comes to the car rental game, it's so important that you understand these two solid points that I'll be leaving you guys with in this video. And first and foremost is seasonal changes. It's so important to pay attention to the seasons. I've said it before, but I'm gonna continuously say it because that's the only way to scale your earnings. If you don't pay attention to the seasons, then it's just so hard to understand what you should price at that moment, which is very important. So with that being said, you must stay focused. But if you are somebody who's grinding on your 9 to 5, not necessarily have enough time, I got you covered. Okay, so when it comes to seasonal changes, I feel like there are certain times for certain prices. Must adjust to the seasons. And it's so important to pay attention to holidays. When it comes to holidays, you know that the demand for vehicles is very, very high. So then you know what to adjust your pricing with. But if it's like a slower month, okay, like May, June, spring break just passed, now we're walking into summer, slowly but surely. At that point, not really much is going on. So you need to be able to make sure that vehicle is at a subtle price to where it's actually being able to rent out to the masses. So on the holidays, you know that's being rented out to holiday individuals. But at a time where there's no holidays and it's somewhat of a slower month, then you need to be able to adjust to that time period and know that, okay, well, there's not really a purpose for this car, so I need to be able to pertain to everybody's level. So I'm finding somebody that's gonna book the vehicle. You see what I'm saying? But then when it comes to holidays, for example, spring break, you're like, okay, there's a high chance that people will rent out the vehicle for spring break. So I can, you know, adjust my earnings to a certain cash flow. Because at the end of the day, there's no set price on what you earn per month. Don't let these viral clips fool you or whatnot. I get $2,000 a month. You just never really know how much you can get in that month. There's no steady price. Yeah, there's an average, but you cannot say that this is the solid amount that you make just because of seasonal changes. Also, another thing that a lot of people fail to realize is the weekday renters are totally different from the weekend renters. If you're operating on a car rental app or whatever it is that you're doing wherever you're renting your car on, then it's so important that you pay attention to that. So never keep the price the same. The weekend price should never be the same as the weekday price. It makes no sense. Those are two different kinds of people. The demand for the vehicles then are totally different. I feel like over the weekends, there's a higher percentage of people wanting to rent, meaning there's also a higher percentage of vehicles that have gone out. So your car is still in a rare situation as opposed to the weekday where there's actually a lot of options because most people aren't necessarily renting during the weekday. So you might want to lower your prices or just adjust to what the masses would like to rent. Too many times I see people not really caring and not really adjusting their prices. And I'm like, that shows the level of focus you are. But you have to be able to adjust every single time. If Easter's coming up, okay, we know Easter weekend is coming up. Memorial Day is coming up, okay, we know Memorial Day is here. Graduation season is in full effect. Okay, we know graduation season is in full effect. Then you know the demand for vehicles is obviously higher. Because the worst thing that you want is to not keep a certain balance. You're gonna lose interest. You can't necessarily guarantee anything, but you could 85–90% guarantee that you will get something. And that's the purpose of this video. We got bills to pay, so we need to make sure that there is money that is coming in. Trust me, it works. Second on the list is enhancements boost your earnings. You literally need to have enhancements to separate yourself from the masses. Everybody got the car you got. Trust me, your car is not necessarily rare. Unless you got a LaFerrari or some Lamborghini. And depending on where you are, that probably is common too. If you're in Miami, everybody's having a Lamborghini to rent out or whatnot. So chances are there are hundreds of other people who have the same vehicle as you. But what makes yours different? Aside from you beating them on pricing, what makes yours different? Whatever it is, those go a long way. Trust me, if I had 3 Mercedes that look just alike, something out of those 3 Mercedes is gonna make me pick one. There's gonna have to be a difference. It could be the person I'm renting it from, it could be the profile description, or it could be a slight little adjustment that they've done to their car that I'm like, that car don't got. You must really like your car. You must really pay attention to your car. So I'm gonna go for that. If all of these are the same price, but you gave me some kind of enhancement, then I'm gonna definitely choose the one with the enhancement, just because it separates me from the masses. Nobody wants to feel the same. Everybody wants to feel different, even if it's just a little bit of adjustment. Which brings me to the sponsors of this video, EV Base. EV Base has made it very, very affordable for a lot of people with electrical vehicles to get a lot of adjustments and enhancements to their vehicle at a very, very affordable rate. I've been shopping with EV Base for so long, and they've assisted in multiple enhancements, as little as my cup holder with the different ambient lights that help make my guests feel more welcome and appreciative of my vehicle, to the puddle projector lights that have the T on the side of my car doors, to when guests get in there, they're like, oh my gosh, this is different. I've never had something like this. And what's so great about these is that they're all at a very, very affordable price. And with my discount code, Certified20, you can get an extra 20% on whatever order you decide to choose from. So make sure you guys check out EV Base, and don't forget to use my code to get that extra cash off. They also have great wheel covers to help enhance and, most importantly, protect your electric vehicle and your Tesla from curb rash, and also give you a stylish look. So make sure you check out EV Base today and shop using my code Certified20. Thank you, EV Base, for sponsoring this video. Enhancements are such a great form of adding that luxury touch to your vehicle without actually having to change your vehicle. I've never had a single guest complain about the look of my Tesla for two reasons. I take great care of it, and I've also decided to purchase a few enhancements to make it look like it's not the ordinary. Adding my enhancements from EV Base have definitely separated me from the masses, and I've received loads of compliments on the different things in which I've done. Also help with the reviews on whatever platform you're on. And if you don't know, reviews go a long way. I feel like after you get a certain amount of reviews, for example, Turo, they help push out your vehicle to more people. I've literally looked up guests and looked up vehicles, and I'm just like, why is your vehicle on the top of the list? Because you're an all-star host. And then why is every other Tesla under yours under you? Because they're not an all-star host. If they enjoy the vehicle, best believe it's helping your business, and they come back. If they like the vehicle, come back in town whenever they need the vehicle. They're gonna choose your vehicle, because one thing that people like doing is sticking to a great experience. So make your vehicle a great experience today. Thank you, EV Base, for sponsoring these videos and for my new 20-inch induction wheel Tesla cover. Go get yours today so your Tesla can look this sporty, stylish, and not cutesy, man. Certified20 at checkout. Yeah. I put my Tesla Model Y on Turo, and this is just an insight of how much you could possibly make. All right, so we got a few basic ones, but then we also have a whole lot of complicated ones. So pay close attention as I'll be reviewing and sharing these like very, very, very quickly. So first and foremost is one of the bookings that was rented out at $87 a day. Last minute boost pricing of $17. That's when the individual books only a couple hours before the actual schedule time, making it $100 per day. Then there's on-trip charging, which is just reimbursement. Then a convenience fee and post-trip recharging of $25. Right there's just extra earnings for me, just because I get to charge my vehicle in my home, so makes it free, right? So when the guest brings it back at a lower percentage than I initially gave it to them for, I get to just charge extra, and it just goes to my earnings. That's one of the great benefits of owning a Tesla. So if you're new here, I always advise people that Teslas are one of the greatest vehicles to have in your fleet. So this next booking is just a basic earning that eventually turned outrageous. Pretty much it was $88 per day for 1 day. But as you can see in the receipt, a whole lot of events occurred. So this individual brought it back later than an hour, which makes it a full day. Actually, it was only 30 minutes, so it made a half day, sorry. Excessive distance reimbursement. I have my Tesla on 200 miles per day, which is pretty much like, to me, an additional way of capitalizing your earnings and just maximizing your earnings. You know, if you have it at 200 miles a day, a lot of individuals like to travel. Being in Georgia, it's not too far from Alabama, not too far from Florida. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna set it at $200 a day. So that way, you know, I could possibly maximize my earnings. If you go past that, then it's 50 cents and above per mile. And that's where this $156 came into place. Post-trip recharging of 5, convenience fee of 10, which is very much still additional earnings. So that came out to a total of 362, but we took home 290. And if anybody is curious, the Turo fees comes from your insurance plan and protection fees. Now on the next booking, this one's a little bit straightforward as well. 2 days at pretty much $70 a day. Extra days, which is he was late. This individual was also 30 minutes late. On-trip charging is just a reimbursement, but then the post-trip and convenience fee is for them bringing the vehicle back at a lower percentage rate. So one thing about the business is you gotta remember that's a business and nothing goes out of way. Like if something happened, charge the guest. Anything happened, charge the guest. Because at the end of the day, I always tell people, man, you're racking up miles on the vehicle and you bought the vehicle to rent out. Get all your earnings. Do not let anything slide. This goes for smoking violation, cleaning fee, whatever it is. If this individual or the guest did it, then charge them, because at the end of the day, they get to read the policy before renting out on Turo. So all this is laid out. Anything that they do, they're supposed to be aware of it. All right, now this booking is a little bit different, but it's a great way of showing how to maximize your earnings on the platform. 3 days, $86 per day, last minute boost pricing 25. So we're talking like 90 something dollars a day. Delivery fee at $60 to the airport, which recently just changed to the maximum delivery fee you can charge a guest to the airport. So if you live very, very far from the airport, then you might consider or reconsider actually offering airport deliveries. But then it's tough to not offer airport deliveries because that's a huge percent of where you actually get bookings from. Tickets at 50, improper return fee at 50, and cleaning fee at 150. So this individual, right, had a dog or what kind of animal in the back seat, and they shedded so much hair in the car, so that automatically qualified for a cleaning fee because animals are not even supposed to be allowed in the vehicle. Now the improper return fee was the guest returning it to an unknown location that me and him did not agree to. So poor communication, and he just decided I'll just leave the vehicle there. But everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. But now this is another one that's interesting, right? So this individual booked for a day, but because I was unable to verify his license because he had a temporary permit, he literally submitted a paper document, automatically disqualifies him from being able to pick up the vehicle. But good thing that Turo does offer is partial earnings. So when stuff like that happen, you get to cancel without it affecting your record, and you get to take on partial earnings. Since this was only a one-day booking of like $70, we were able to take on $50.06. Right after that, literally right after this booking was canceled, another guest who was such a great guest, sadly she only rented it for a day. I would easily give her my vehicle for 2 weeks because she was that awesome. Now with this was a trip price of $89 a day with the last minute boost prices, so roughly $100 for 1 day. That's literally all it was. But yeah, that's pretty much what we did for the Tesla and the last, few bookings. These earnings are subject to change. It literally does not stay the same in the car rental business. It always fluctuates. It depends on the seasons. I felt like I kind of neglected the Memorial Day that just passed. I really should have charged more, but for some reason I just forgot it was a holiday. But I feel like that's a way to kind of maximize your earnings. But anyways, that's enough with the vehicles and the earnings. I hope you guys appreciate this video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you please hit that subscribe button. Only way for me to continue to deliver great content and to show as much interest is to get you guys support, and that's by hitting that subscribe button. I'm gone for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ski!